Yo, crew, pull the hatch and mind the mast. The tide runs deep through stories past. Yo means hello in Heiltsuk tongue. And mariners shout yo when a yarn's begun. So batten down my steadfast friends, the fog is thick, the tail still bends. Tonight we chase with flew unseen, the fever's wings, the fire between. This log's called Wings of Sickness, a voyage through loss and what still lives within. The warnings in the sky. Winter broke too early then, the clouds of southern hue, and flocks of geese came storming north, as travelers always do. Their feathers flashed like molten brass, their cries foretold the change, and hunters watched from sea to shore, uneasy at the range. They saw red marks on tender feet, strange glaze upon the eye, and whispered something rides that wind, beware what passes by. Yet hunger's call was louder still. The nets were cast, the fires were fed, and through the smoke an unseen guest crept soft as words unsaid. It came on breath, it came on wing, not feathered foe nor human thing. From southern reeds to Cedar Bay, the burning sickness found its way. The healer falls. Ill, by the tide there lived a man named Gwa Gwa, known to heal the hurt and thaw the flaw. He chanted peace through fevered nights, he read the waves and stilled their bites. But when the sickness met his hand, the healer fell, no strength to stand. His skin grew hot, his sight grew dim, the flames he served turned wild on him. For 7 days he wandered near that border none can cross but fear. Then dawn arose and wind grew kind, his scars remained, his breath alive. The fire sleeps but does not die, beneath closed lids the embers lie. The fort with boards and promises, the coast fell quiet, names erased, then sails appeared, white teeth of haste. They came to claim, they came to trade, to build where grief had left a glade. At McLaughlin Bay they raised their beams, and said for progress, hope and dreams. But every board was nailed through bone, a fort or gain on others' home. Gwa Gwa watched from cliff of mist, his drum now silent in his fist. He hid his fire, he masked his song, for law had come to name the wrong. The Cave of Embers. He walked until the moss was deep, till cedar roots could guard his sleep. Within a cave the river sighed, and there his wounded spirit bide. Children wandering through the wood heard echoes where the healer stood. A hollow beat, a whispered flame that murmured softly Gwa Gwa's name. The Winter Potlatch. Years passed quiet, then one long night when snow lay thick and lamps burned white, he left his cave with trembling hands to dance again upon the sands. A feast of thanks, a song of flame, the potlatch called all hearts by name. Drums like thunder under bark, masks of salmon raving sharp. For one brief night the world was whole, the law beyond the bay lost hold, but whispers traveled swift through fear. The ancient had his listening ear. A favor bought, a promise paid, a traitor's tongue the cost betrayed. The ancient with crown, he came with seals, with words of weight, with papers cold as winter's slate. This gathering, he said, must cease. The crowd commands, obey for peace. They took the masks, the sacred skins, the rattles carved for earth's own hymns. They asked, who helped, who broke the bed? But Gwa Gwa faced them, proud on man. You cannot jail the tide, he said, nor chain the echoes of the dead. So bound and roped they bore himself past cliffs where fog and sorrow meet, past forts of greed and faith and doubt, to iron halls on New West Street. They thought the fire confined to cell, but flame crawled through stone as well. The vision in iron, In iron dark he dreamed the bay, he saw the birds that flew away. Their wings were coals, their cries were clear, they circled time itself drew near. They told him, when one ember dies, another lights in newborn eyes. Your voice will walk again one day, in one who sails the healer's way. And Gwa Gwa smiled behind the bars, the prison shook with unseen stars. The captain's reflection. Now centuries have turned their tide, the fort is dust as fever died. Yet every time the ducks return, their wings still spark, their shadows burn. I stand where once his fires were kept, and feel that same promise crept. The sickness flew, the law was laid, but truth refused to fade. His scars became my guiding charts, his cave became my heart of hearts. And though the world may shift its face, the sea still hums the healer's grace. The fire sleeps but wakes again, through every tale, through every pen. But the story doesn't end and change my crew. The tide that took them south rolls north anew. For iron can't hold what was forged in flame, and Gwa Gwa's spirit remembers its name. He's homeward bound through foggy years, his heartbeat drumming through our fears. The prison fades, the sea grows loud, a healer rises from the shroud. They thought him broken, tamed, contained, but the fire they feared still burns unchanged. Soon you'll hear the oars strike true, and see the light he's steering through. The next log sails with mist and south. Captain's log, homeward bound. Yo, crew, the tide runs out, the story holds. Keep your heart steady and your lanterns bold. If you've got a question or a tale to confide, throw us a line, ghostboatventures@gmail.com. And if you want to keep Ghost Boat afloat, the donation link is in the About section. This is Captain George with his crew of Ghost Over and out.